everybody. Welcome to the 4th episode. Come on. I have a friend with me this time. Hi. Introduce yourself. Hi. That's not introducing yourself.
You want my cosplay name?
Anything you want.
Okay, I am Marie, but most of my cosplay friends know me as Bella DePhilum. I'm a cosplayer in South Carolina.
She's amazing. She's, I believe I talked about her on the first or second episode. She is our Lolita Thor, and she is incredible. Definitely check out her Facebook page. And she makes the amazing D20 necklaces. I believe I talked about those before. If not, I will in a future episode and show them to you because they are incredible and you should buy them. Buy them all. Believe me, so, because I like to get them too. So, if you notice, we're dressed a little funky.
We are just like this every day.
Whatever. All day, every day.
All day, every day.
All day, every day. So, we had a little 80's party. Wasn't quite as big, trying to get the whole D20 group together and then some, and apparently we're the only cool kids. And Eve was a cool kid, but
Priscilla's pretty cool. Until she has work in the morning and then she's sleepy Priscilla.
Our poor little Iron Man. So she left, but it's okay. We're here. Yay!
Rocking out to the D20 group tonight.
We've been jamming, karaokeing it. It's been awesome. Didn't get to sing Let's Go to the Mall though. And if you don't know what that is, Blasphemers season 2. Season 2, right? I think it's season 2.
Yeah.
How I Met Your Mother, slap bet, go on Netflix and watch it. It's incredible. So what do we want to talk about?
Well, we can talk about like our crazy cosplay schedules that are going to be going on for the next like 6 months.
I want to cry. I got so much to do.
We have your state manager,
Yes.
Puppet, is at a convention right now, which is why she isn't here. Along with your preferred, like, costume maker, I guess. What would you call Paulina? Our little Lolita maker.
Our little Lolita maker.
What is it? Grace of the Goddess, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing.
So they're at a convention right now. Where are they at? Hoshicon?
Hoshicon.
Hoshicon?
I think it's Hoshicon. Hoshicon. I think that's how you say it. Don't credit me to that, because if I'm wrong, I don't want slaps.
And I think that's convention number 5 or 6 already this year. We've been to
ProCon, NashiCon, you guys went to XCon, Animazement, and then Hoshicon.
And then Hoshicon, yeah. I feel like there's another one in between there somewhere.
Probably was. Knowing us, there probably was.
And if there wasn't, there was some kind of event where we were all dressed up at, or...
Which there usually is. We do lots of photo shoots and cosplays and showing up for D20 events and let's squeeze into fun corsets and see who can't breathe.
Me. I pretty much just have them tighten it until I hear a rib crack.
Which I seem to be one of the best at, by the way. She's very, I did pretty good at NashiCon. NashiCon was pretty good.
Of course it got really tight.
I think she actually asked somebody to loosen it and retie it.
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often.
I don't play when it comes to corsets.
And so we've got 5 or 6 already.
Yeah.
And then we've got coming up, there's RoundCon right around the corner.
Yeah, first weekend in August in Columbia. Really excited.
After that, there's MonsterCon, the all horror. That's halfway through July. It's like horror and scary stuff and gore.
We can't go. We're going downtown.
Chicago road trip.
We glee it up when we road trip too. By the way,
it gets horrifying. We'll tape some of it later. And so we've got MonsterCon the weekend that we'll be up in Chicago, probably dancing around in Chicago. We should wear cosplay.
Oh my gosh, we should look for cosplay Chicago pictures.
And then after that is DragonCon, followed by, what is it? When is AWA?
AWA is the last weekend in September. It's always on Labor Day.
Anime Week in Atlanta is huge. It's a wonderful convention.
Christopher Sabat! I'm super excited! Look it up. You don't know what that is. Look it up, and then I can slap you. Slap it. Pow. Pow. Pow.
Oh look, it's 5 o'clock.
Ah!
Oh man. What was in that shot?
We do not condone drinking. No. Unless you're 21.
I am I am much, I don't know, I'm pretty old. I'm actually from the 80s. It's totally cool. It's totally cool. Oh my god.
So what's been your favorite cosplay so far?
My first cosplay was my favorite, and I think the thing about it was I was in a group of 6 people. So when you're in a big group, even though the cosplay might not be as like popular at the time, it becomes more recognizable the more people you have in the group.
Yeah.
You know, the more characters are recognizable. And we were the characters from My Goddess, and we were from the movie. So we had the 3 goddesses, Belle, Dandy, Spool, and Erd. We had a Keiichi, and we had a Celestine, and we even had a Morgan. So Celestine and Morgan were the 2 kind of villains in the movie, which a lot of people didn't watch the movie, they watched the OVA, which is still a wonderful OVA. I love it. I love the anime. It's one of the reasons that we chose to do it. But I think the best part about it was when you have a group of people, and like at the first time that I made it, it was like my best friend and I. It was the first thing we did together, like with cosplay. So we were planning it, and she was showing me how to sew, and so this happened maybe almost like 6 to 8 years ago when I started. I mean, back then being a cosplayer wasn't so big. Anime Central was only so many people large. I mean, they didn't even take up the whole convention center at that time. So to look at it now and see, holy crud, I've got like fan page, people follow me on my fan page, we do videos all the time. It's gotten crazy. But Erd will always be my favorite cosplay. It was out of my comfort zone, and it definitely got me ready for doing other cosplays. And I got to do it with my best friend, so it was super cool and super fun, and always had that special place.
Okay, your Thor is probably my favorite. I love Lolita Thor.
It's because frills. Frills.
Like your
These are new.
lightning bolt hammer.
Hammer!
It's Hamilton.
I do not have my hammer with me. I normally carry it with me.
We're going to do another video with just the hammer.
Just
Just
the-
talking about the hammer and how it came to be.
Oh, you guys, I think I might have another piece from my cosplay. If you want to get my purse really quick, I can show you.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna have to walk in front of the camera.
That's
Sorry.
fine. I'll talk about my most frustrating cosplay moment. I cosplay a femme Hawkeye, and it's not Lolita yet. I'm working on it. We're gonna make this skirt. I don't know how to sew, so I have to have people help me. I know, for shame. I'm gonna learn. And it's skin tight pants. It's a crop top, but it's purple, so it's more based on the comic book. And all the time I get, who are you supposed to be? Who are you supposed to be? And finally, somebody saved me. This wonderful, wonderful woman. I have to get her card and stuff out. She draws amazing pictures. She's Hawkeye, comic book version. Come on, people. So it's very, very frustrating for me, but I'm working on the Lolita. Hopefully the Lolita will be more recognizable, and we'll get this all straightened out. Run!
I wasn't built for running, I was built for skipping. Okay, so I have been trying to find ways to dress up my Lolita. So I got this. It is a representation of Meownier. I don't have jewelry with my cosplay. One of the reasons I originally didn't have jewelry was because it becomes a little bit more cumbersome to wear. I'm allergic to a lot of metals.
That's a hard thing when it comes to cosplaying too, is if you have allergies, you know.
And Lolita Thor, while slightly comfortable because it's not one of those skin tight suits, with the corset it tends to be constrictive, you can't move as much, and I didn't know if I wanted a lot of jewelry on. However, I saw this and I had to have it, and I'm going to start wearing it with my Thor.
It's really pretty.
Thank you. I think the next time I'll probably wear it, and the necklaces will probably be, I think Dragon Con. I think I'll hold it till Dragon Con, because I'm going to get a nice chain for it.
Really, really looking forward. I hope I can make it to Dragon Con. May or may not.
We should
Fingers
just put you in
crossed.
a suitcase.
I like that idea.
Can we make you one of the special guests? I bet you Dustin Giroux would just like fly you in, Superman style.
Do
He's
it.
a sweet man.
Do it.
Speaking of cosplays, his cosplay is amazing.
Yeah.
So much to the point where he's actually Superman. So much to the point where he's actually Superman. He goes around the country in his cosplay and spends his time with children in hospitals through Hospital Heroes. And if I were to do anything with my cosplays, I think that would be it.
We have, hopefully next year, we weren't able to do it this year, we had a lot of issues come up. Next year, if anybody's in our area, which if you can find us on our fan pages, we can kind of let you know. The SCD 20 girls are doing a charity ball, and we're raising money for that, and you know, getting toys and things like that to other children's hospitals. We're really big on charities. We really try to do more for our community, and I know I explained that in the first video, which I know I have to redo for quality, but we try to give back because, you know, we're lucky enough to be able to have our group, so we try to give back more, and that's one of the things. So if you're in the area, and as soon as we can start making more money and selling tickets, you know, just hit one of us up, and we'll definitely get you more information on that.
I know Puppet was South Carolina Toy Manager. She has an Etsy up still.
Okay, good.
That has a lot of things that you can purchase to donate money towards the ball, which will go towards buying those items for the children. And it's something that, I mean, she's made a lot of it.
Yeah.
There's really adorable hair bows. She might have a couple duct tape wallets left. She makes rings and stuff too.
Yeah.
I think she has some really cute things that really don't cost a lot, but the money goes straight towards the charity. So we're lucky enough that she puts in the time for that.
Yeah,
She's very time consuming for her.
She's an amazing manager, and I'm hoping that next time I do one of these, one of my next ones, I don't know when it'll be, I'll have you and her in a room dressed as Loki and Thor, because they're hilarious together. I mean, they are Thor and Loki, I kid you not. Just like the type of thing.
She's a
Was it your mother was a what?
What?
Your father was a...
Do it! Your father was a frost giant and your mother smelled a bilge snipe.
We have to get this little thing up where she's like beating a Thor pillow with the hammer and then just knocks it off.
Yeah, Loki does not like it when she sees my face on things. She goes into a rage. And it's so adorable because she tries to make this angry face when it's really like a cute face. And then she hits things. She actually managed to grab my hammer and hit me in the face with a pillow until she just knocked it right off the table. She's so vicious.
We have a lot of fun with our cosplays. We try to get in character as much as possible, you know. When I was in my Hawkeye, I followed Loki around. I was like, doop, 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 doop. And yes, and we did cosplay chess at NashCon, and it was so much fun. It was a little cramped, but it was fun. It was kind of hard to hear, but there is a video up on YouTube. I'm sure if you search NashCon Cosplay Chess 2013, you'll be able to easily find it. It was a lot of fun to do. I definitely want to do Cosplay Chess again. And you guys did it at, was it Animazement or XCon?
Animazement has a wonderful cosplay chest, and this year they put us in the main room. And they had us in the main room on Sunday, which was a little challenging for those of us who had to get up really early and pack all of our stuff and be ready to go, because they needed us there at 9:30, and the contest starts at 10. But that's when the chess started. Now, last year they were like, oh, we had a really good turnout. This year, we filled the actual, like, the large room that they had. And we didn't know it until we came out, because they had introduced the boys and then the girls, because it was boys versus girls, masculine versus feminine. And, you know, you walk out and you don't know what you're about to see. And I was the last person out, and I didn't know what to do. I had my hammer, and I'm like, oh God, hide my face, because I just went kind of blank for a second. I didn't know what to do because I was by myself. And you know, the South Carolina, some of the South Carolina girls were there. The North Carolina girls were there, and I absolutely adore the North Carolina girls.
They were so much fun.
Oh my God, Cheeky is amazing. She's stunning. Fine Cheeky.
Oh my She's God. Amazing.
And
awesome.
I look out and she's there and she's smiling, she's waving, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna die. And they had a really, really good idea where at NashCon, when two characters were going to battle, you moved off the board and moved to the front, and you had to battle in front of everyone.
And that was light versus dark, by the way.
Yeah. And there were no microphones, so a lot of the talking back,
video picked up.
The dialogue.
Like, I shouted for her across the chessboard asking if I could shoot. Like, you'll see it in there. I don't know if you want to hear it, but it was something along, Thor, can I shoot it? I want to shoot it. Can I shoot it? I want to shoot it.
Make the pew pew. Pew. So NashCon did it where you go up to the front, which also worked. It was their first year trying it, so we're not sure if they're going to change it next year. But what Animazement did was all the chess pieces had to remember what spot they were in, because you had the numbers on the floor, and you moved off of your spot, and then it was just the two pieces left that were going to fight. And all of our fights and the things that we were going to say were pretty much pre-done, pre-thought up. And my favorite thing was, I was so excited because my first battle was Marvel versus DC. They had me fight Nightwing. And this guy was getting on my nerves, and he was a sweet man, but he was just so full of himself, and they told me that I could take care of him. And being ladies versus gents, he mocked how women are best in the kitchen. And I showed him my meat cleaver, and then escorted him off the stage.
Let me say this about cosplay chess real quick, and we'll do a cosplay 101 pretty much too. They strictly say, do not put your hands in players. Please, if you're cosplaying and you're in cosplay chess, get into it. That is great. But do not put your hands on the players. It's an uncomfortable situation. You could hurt somebody, and you can mess up somebody's cosplay.
We actually had poor Loki almost fell over. One of the gentlemen actually had put his hands on her. And it's different for everyone's cosplay. It's different. I mean, helmets look like they could be light.
Yeah.
But you never know. So it's always best to ask a cosplayer if you want to touch anything that's on their person or like their weapon and stuff like that. I've let people take the hammer, play around, throw it around, whatever. It's really light. It's plastic. I just wrapped some leather around it to give it like that fun, real look. But if it weren't a toy, if it were heavy or attached to my person and someone were to grab it, it's dangerous. And a lot of conventions, in the rule book say, be careful, because it is lots and lots of fun, but people put time, effort, money, and then sometimes they put their health at risk by wearing certain things. Poor Loki's helm is quite a few pounds heavy, and she's constantly balancing it. And if you watch carefully, it's fun to watch. If we can get her to sit down, she'll sit down, and then she'll.
We'll do a video with the three of us. It'll be awesome.
I bet you I could videotape her doing it and she won't even know, and then I could just get
probably. It's just the cosplaying, you just have to be respectful. Like, I have a bow with my Hawkeye. I'm fine if people touch it. I'm fine if people, shoot it a little bit. But I don't carry arrows, so it's not a big deal. I just, I stress to people, don't pull it too much. I don't want it to break. I want it to last me a while because I use it. And this lovely lady is making my staff for my Queen Serenity and my Eternal Sailor Moon. And I know I'm going to be really a lot more particular with that one because she, took the time and effort. We both put money into it. It needs to be taken care of. So that one I'm going to be a little more careful of, but like with my bow and like she said with her hammer, it's not as big of a deal. But you have to be respectful enough of the cosplayer and their prop to ask. It's just common courtesy.
It's common courtesy. And so with the cosplay chess and animazement, everyone did a really good job of respecting each other's awareness of things. I took out a different character. I think it was Sebastian from Black Butler, which was great because he had earlier taken care of Loki. My plastic hammer had a little projectile in it. I had to get special permission to have that hammer with the projectile in it. It was a toy. You could buy it at Walmart. That's great. I fixed it up, made it look a little bit more realistic. But for something that's a projectile, I had to ask special permission. But once you were done battling, everyone else came back onto the board, and they had the video camera so you could see where the pieces were. And I would suggest, if you were to go to Animazement, to go see their cosplay chess. They're really good at it. Unfortunately, the females lost their Queen Misty, male Misty. Yes, he was a very good-looking male Misty.
Hey, at NashiCon we had a male Slave Leia who was on the dark side.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Awkward. Taken out by his own team member too. Yeah, it's kind of weird. And we lost that one too. Quite lost.
Yeah, we are a curse.
We need to come back. We need to make like an awesome comeback. So let's talk about cosplay 101. Just like a few rules. Like if you're not, let's talk about weapons. Let's start with that. If you are not sure of something, please go on the website. Look, they will generally have a list. If you have a question, email them. They're pretty good about taking the time to answer emails and telling you, okay, that's appropriate, that's not. Or if you have a question about anything else, they're pretty good about getting back to you.
I've never had a problem with any of my weaponry. I've not had a lot of weaponry, but the biggest concern that I had more recently was I got commissioned to do a staff for a different Loki. She's part of the cosplay cosplayers of Columbia, or Columbia's cosplayers.
Something like that.
Her name's Ashley, and she does a wonderful Loki. She's actually just going to start doing a Bane that I absolutely love. I saw her Bane,
Ooh.
and it's really cool. Bane is just... Anyway, and for the first time ever, I got commissioned. Now, Puppet, her staff came from... Well, basically, it was the week before Dragon Con, and she really wanted a weapon, and I said, I can try and make you a staff. And within 24 hours, I had gone, bought the materials, and made a staff. I don't know how it happened. It was like one of those weird brain fart things where like the lights went black, and then I woke back up and there was a staff there.
It's gorgeous.
And I've never made anything light up before, and it was really neat that it lit up, and I was super excited to actually try that for the first time, because things are getting so much more detailed and big with cosplay that it just needed to have that extra oomph. So.
And I know it's in some of the pictures on my fan page. I'm sure it's on some of the pictures on your fan page. And the new one is too. I know the new one is that you...
The big one?
The commission.
The commission.
So you can go on either one of our fan pages. I'll try to get links up on my... I think there's a link for my fan page, but I'll put a link for your fan page up on my Google Plus and my YouTube page, so you can get on there and see more pictures of things she's done and things she's made.
So your staff is going to be a couple of things. We want, when it comes to making a prop for a convention, it's important to know the rules. But in general, you don't want your weapon to actually do any harm to anyone. Loki's staff is quite sharp at the top, but it is made of a basswood. Now, basswood is almost like balsa wood. It's super soft. It's not very dense. If you were to put enough pressure on it, apply a certain amount of pounds per pressure, it will snap. Now, that's partially for her safety. It's partially for everyone else's safety. It's mostly due to con rules.
Poor Hawkeye.
Poor Hawkeye. Your heart just can't take it. It's okay. Weak mortals.
Love me some mortals.
Weak mortals. So the first thing that I did was I had to figure out how to make her staff break apart, because when you're making a staff that's as tall as someone, and this girl is like 6 feet something tall, Ashley Bell is very tall. So this lovely woman is very tall, and I had to make her a staff that was as tall as she was. And I went, how is she going to travel with it? Like, I just went, I could just take a stick and put stuff on it. And then I went, maybe she needs to be able to take it apart. You have moments where you make something and you go, that's not going to work. What was I thinking? And then if you try and backtrack, it's a lot of time, money, and effort. And she's paying me. I didn't want her to, have to worry about it. So I basically made it like a pool cue. You can buy these really neat screws from like any hardware store. And it's a screw that screws into one side, and then the other side is a little piece of metal that goes inside the hole, and the other side is the dowel. And you screw them together like a pool cue. It's the coolest thing ever. All you do is you just screw the hole on each side and then put it together. Yeah. And it fixes my problem. It fixes everyone's problems. And I was like, I can't believe we figured this out. Now I feel like a genius. And it's been around for forever. People have been using this technique for forever, and I just figured it out like 3 weeks ago.
And you want to make your cosplay items, props, outfits, travel accessible. You're trying to shove these things in the car, and you got like 5 people in one car. Believe me, we've done it.
Loki's helmet. Loki's helmet. Help. Helmet.
Or your Thor helmet. Gentle. Cry. Dialogue.
When making things out of foam, don't let people touch them.
Now she gone. Oh my god. Anyway. Okay. What else, Cosplay 101? If you don't know how to make something, if you're trying to put something together and you don't know how to make it or have an idea how to put it together, ask somebody for help. Google it, pictures. You don't know how to sew, ask somebody. I asked this lovely lady, another lovely lady, and another lovely lady in our group because I don't know how to sew, to help me make my outfits. And they're nice enough to help me make my outfits and make my props and teach me so that, I can kind of start doing it on my own. I'm not will I ever rag on anybody's cosplays. I saw a video not too long ago, I think you actually put it up, of this woman just ragging on like the 10 worst cosplays. And I'm like, I wasn't even on there and it hurt my feelings.
The Enthusiasts, and here's the thing, I love the Enthusiasts. They have a convention up in North Carolina, and the North Carolina girls have been going to the Enthusiast convention for quite some time now. But she had put up a video recently on the 10 worst cosplays, and I mean, yeah, people use duct tape, people use all kinds of stuff. That does not mean that they did not try time, effort, and try. I myself find certain cosplays way too easy for me to do. If I feel like a cosplay is too easy and I think I could do more or do something else, I'll do something else. But if I really truly love a character, I don't care if I'm walking around in like, you know, a bag with some soap painted on it. It's my cosplay and it's my representation of my favorite characters, and you can just go.
My first two cosplays were things bought and put together. I mean, my Hawkeye and my Espeon was bought on Amazon. I mean, I don't really know how to sew. I don't know how to put stuff together. And they're not the most best or the most elaborate costumes, but I'm working on that, and I'm working to make myself better at that. I just will never say that's a horrible cosplay. I can't believe somebody did that. I think it's kind of degrading, and
it's part of something that I know that you wanted to do some talking about. Maybe you're making your videos about, like, bullying.
Yeah.
It's easy for a cosplayer that knows what they're doing to make fun of someone who doesn't, and that's not the way that our community works.
Yeah.
My favorite thing to do at a convention is go to the how-to panels.
Learn a lot.
Anime Central has some really good how-to panels. I've seen some really awesome panels. Even, like, you know, prop making panels, sewing panels, plus size panels.
Yeah.
I'm plus size. I'm definitely plus size. There's nothing hidden about that. Cosplay is not consent.
Yeah, that's another thing. Let's jump on that bandwagon for a minute.
Okay, one more moment, and then I will let you jump on the bandwagon all you want. All I'm saying is that you can learn some of the most wonderful things and meet the most wonderful people when someone is trying to learn to do something better. And you know what? I don't care if someone's walking around in a box, in a box, you know, a Cheerios box painted over with the Iron Man. Yes, I don't care, because if that person took the time to paint that stupid box and put it on their person to be funny or to have a good time, then that's their prerogative. And I'm just as goofy as everyone else. Heck, we just went to a bar dressed like we're from the 80's. And
the mall was open, we would have went to the mall.
Go to the mall, everybody! So,
I'm very...
With no further ado, the bandwagon.
The cosplay is not consent, which I just, you know, when I first started cosplaying, this just, like, came up, and it was, I believe it was an article, wasn't it? That some guy wrote about,
There was an incident, I think, on I want to say on the West Coast at a convention, about a young lady who wrote about an experience she had. She was wearing, I can't remember, it was some kind of cosplay where it was like a tight suit. And
I think it was Catwoman.
Was it Catwoman?
I
thought it
don't
was a
quote me
Phoenix
on
cosplay.
that.
It could have been Phoenix, maybe, too.
It was a hero villain.
It was a very popular cosplay, but it was a suit. And it was a tight suit. And she wrote about someone who had been walking around behind her taking photos of her posterior without her permission. And then, you know, when they went to pose for photos with her, they were of this no-no square. Particularly, I remember reading this almost a year ago, I think. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been on this cosplay consent bandwagon for quite some time. And, you know, it started this whole debate of whether or not it's okay for someone to say these things, do these things to a cosplayer. Now, when I first did my Earth cosplay, the dress was from here down. Now, obviously, I had to have nude material here, I had to have something to hold me in, and I didn't know it at the time, but the judges were very, very more rude than I had anticipated. The things that they had said now, when I think of them, make me kind of furious. They had mentioned things like, if you're gonna draw the curtains, draw them all the way. They weren't paying attention to our skit because they were too busy looking at my endowments. Those kinds of things really hurt my feelings now, because my friends had put time, energy, and love into their cosplay, into their skit. And the judges were so busy looking at our butts and our lady bits and our, you know, everything else, they weren't paying attention to the details that you put into the love that you put into your cosplay. Now, this girl put time, money, effort, and love into her cosplay so she can be a character that she loves, and this person pretty much spent the entire time taking pictures of her butt. Now, was he supposed to do that? I mean, did she put herself in a position where it was okay to do that? No.
it's not okay, I view it as cosplaying is dressing up, yes, but it's still clothing nonetheless. And it's not okay to do that out in public in a supermarket or in a restaurant. Why should it all of a sudden be okay? It's not okay on Halloween and you're dressing up, so why is it okay at a convention? It's crossing the line. Like, I understand, if it's there, people are gonna look. Especially guys. Guys are goofy in their own right. And,
I've seen some of those.
Yeah. So people are gonna look, but there's a line. There's a line you don't cross because it's, coming from somebody who, I've been sexually harassed. Nothing huge, just something minor in my past. But it's a very, no matter how it happens or what happens, it's a traumatic experience, and it's hard to let go of, and it's hard to get over, and it makes the things you love to do less fun. And it's just like, you have to wonder, this poor girl probably wonders, every time I dress up as somebody, going to be taking pictures of my butt or all up in my boobs. I mean, it's hard.
I have a hard time covering up everything. It's no secret that I have lady parts that are easily noticeable in my Thor cosplay. Now, where am I supposed to put them otherwise? I have no clue where people want me to put them. Like, they're just like,
and sometimes you can't hide it that way.
Where am I supposed to hide them? I know I could wear a turtleneck with my Thor cosplay, totally fine.
Unless you're Lana, that's not okay.
Lana. What? Just out.
We're big Archer fans. That's one of our next cosplays, actually. I'm going to be Lana, and she's going to be my fam.
Holy shit, snap. So as someone who's bigger, do I have to be concerned at whether or not people, I've had people say that I'm too fat to cosplay. I don't think I'm too fat to cosplay. I don't think anyone's too fat to cosplay. Just because it's not accurate doesn't mean it's a bad cosplay.
That's bullying, and that's not.
It's not cool.
That's no bueno. No bueno. And I'm hoping, and I have to talk to our lovely puppet about this, but I'm hoping that we can get in our cosplays and we can make a video about bullying, because we've all at one point or another been affected by bullying, and it's hard. It really is. And I mentioned that in the first video. Will not tolerate that. Do not tolerate that, and it's not okay. So
I don't know, man. Yeah. We've had some pretty interesting experiences. I've had people say that we're too fat to cosplay, and I've had people make comments about, how inaccurate my cosplay is. It's easy for me to find an artistic view of a costume. I love accuracy. Accuracy is great. It makes things come to life, and it's beautiful, and I absolutely love accurate cosplays. I am particularly not someone that can do that.
When you're doing a femme version or a male version of a different character, it's kind of harder to get it completely accurate. Especially Lolita-ing it up. It's not a word, it is now. But, it's about having fun with it too. But if you can get somebody that goes, that's Thor, or that's Loki, or, hopefully that's Hawkeye finally, that'll make me happy. That's what it's about. And you get people that stop and take pictures with you, and or want to take your picture, and you find your picture on Facebook, or you find it on this website, or you find you in a video on YouTube. It's like, that's sweet. Because this is NashiCon was when I first started finally getting pictures up. Like, I got a few up at ProCon, but ProCon's not very big yet.
I took your pictures at NashiCon, didn't I?
Yeah, I did. We took some at ProCon too, I think. So.
Yeah, but I think NashiCon you had other Hawkeye with you, and they were adorable.
Yes, we had. Oh my God.
You had Widow with you too.
Yes,
and she was too.
You have to go on. You have to go on. John Chapman, Cosmo Moore.
Cosmo Moore.
He is incredible. I love him.
Just won another award at Animation for his props, and props to him. Holy moly, he is an amazing prop maker.
Okay,
I want to be his protege.
I'm a big Sailor Moon fan. I love dressing up as Sailor Moon. That's why I'm working on all this. He has got to see the cons I've been to and the pictures I've seen, and blah, 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 people cosplaying Pluto. He's probably the most gorgeous Pluto I've ever seen, and I wanted to cry because I don't look as pretty as Sailor Moon
as him when I dress up like a Sailor Scout. And it's the truth. I've got no problem saying I wish I looked more like him.
I know.
So the girls are doing a humongous cosplay, a sailor cosplay thing
Yeah.
that I'm in.
Yeah.
And hopefully that's for Animation next year. If I'm around, hopefully I can do it. It'd be great. I don't know how I feel about being Mars though. I don't know if I'm bestie enough.
Okay. And then we're also doing with our friend Emily and another one of her friends. So far we've got, are you going to be Mars in that one too?
What?
Mars in that one. Remember Emily and all of us were talking? You, me, Emily, and one of her friends. She's doing a Venus for her.
Oh, she's doing Venus. I thought she was doing Mars too.
No, her friends. She's making a Venus for her friends, so she's making Eternal Moon for me.
And she's gonna be Mars.
Yeah. Are you gonna be Mars?
I'm gonna be an Eternal Mars.
Okay, there we go.
So I'll be Eternal. I think it's Eternal Mars.
There's an Eternal Mars.
Yeah, Eternal Mars is the one with the
White boots.
The white. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I'm gonna be an Eternal Mars. Why don't I know this?
I love the Eternal Scout. Starts with my favorite season, Seiya and Usagi. Ah. Okay.
I need to go through it. I think I'm so old that it all bleeds together.
Yeah, after a while it does. I have all the seasons and it's still kind of good. And I love the movies. Promise there is.
Someone stole my Inuyasha DVDs.
What the hell is wrong with people these days?
know.
Who steals my favorite dolphin in the ears? The first episode. And that sound. God, that was awesome.
I don't know where it went, but I had all 3 movies and now they're gone.
I
so.
have 3 of, I have all 4. There's 4
There's 4 of them?
There's
Then I
4
had
of them.
all 4 of them.
I've not watched the 4th one. We'll have a movie night one night, and then we'll do a review of the 4th one.
Which one is the 4th one? Oh, yeah.
I reviewed it yet. We'll watch it.
4th one was good. I liked Kaguya.
Yeah.
Kaguya was good.
Second one.
I liked that villain. Kaguya was a cool demon. She was good.
I like that Polish person.
The 4th one is Fire in the Mountain, isn't it? Fire Mountain. Little kids.
I haven't watched it yet.
And it's a weird, it's an island one. I don't know. I mean,
By the way, just discover Netflix or something, because we've been watching some anime on there, but it's been in Japanese. So you can't change it to English. Just discovered that. By the way, you can't go in your audio and change it to English. I felt like such an idiot. So yeah.
you are so special. We should just go to the mall.
Let's just go to the mall today.
Where's that video? So we just,
Yeah.
oh,
We have fun
we're
together.
incorrigible.
We road trip together. It's awesome. It's awesome.
So we
should
just take some more, another 4 to 5 conventions.
Dragon Con, Iowa, Round Con. We're not going to Monster Con, but I think Puppet's going to Monster Con.
Puppet's gonna be Monster Con, but there's this other one in November called Automacon.
Yeah, that's the one in North Charleston.
It's the one in North
I
Charleston.
will be there.
We will be there because that's where we are.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get some of the North Carolina girls to come down and we can go floating. I mean, maybe we can play cards.
Floating.
Floating, we can go floating.
We're just not telling them that we're drinking water. Whoa. But definitely if you're in the area, or if you can come down to the area, come to Automacon. Thank you. Automacon. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of us will be there because we're all closer in the area. I know Puppet's going. I'm going. I think Tori's going.
Tori Midori's going?
I think so.
She's adorable.
She's so sweet. She's a good
cute.
person. I
I
even
love
recognize
my
her.
girls. Like, it's my girls. They're so cute.
We have a lot of fun together when we all get together. We're all a little crazy.
And then there's always the derping. The derping. Have you seen the North Carolina girls derp? They derp on command. That is how good they are at derping. Can't do it. I'm not even as good at it.
No, they're, and that's one thing that's nice is that we can get along between the states. I know, because when you get a lot of girls together, there's drama. There's always drama. There always will be drama, and you know we've all had our share of drama, and
It makes the mood go, so let's keep the mood up. Why? Because we're pretty, and our friends are pretty, and that means we have more fun. That was an homage to Cheeky.
Yeah, we love Cheeky. We definitely have to share this video so Cheeky can see that we plugged her stuff.
That we're pretty,
Yes.
and that she's pretty,
And that we all have because we're pretty.
because we're all so pretty. Wait a second, I feel a song coming on. I feel pretty. I'm so pretty.
This is us. Only in the car we usually have Glee going. Yeah, we're the Glee kids. Yeah.
Hi. And that's how the 80's died.
stealing Squirtle Squad's post and then doing the deal. Have you seen that meme yet? There's a meme where there's a bunch of girls going like this, and then you see Squirtle, and it says, "Girl stealing Squirtle's post since like 1992 or something like that." It's so cute.
See the new Gordon Ramsay meme that says your cosplay is so unfinished it's still at the fabric store on the bolts at Joann's or something.
Not nice, Gordon Ramsay. Not
Gordon
nice.
Ramsay, that's bullying, and we don't approve of that. Although sometimes I feel that about my own cosplays. I looked at that meme and I went, "Oh, all of my Dragon Con cosplays."
Oh, I know. I'm not even if I could go to DragonCon, I'm not even emotionally ready yet. I have to have my Eternal Moon done. I have to get my Queen Serenity done. I still have to get my Hawkeye done. And then there's Lana.
Really? Put on a turtleneck, grab some guns, and put on a pair of boots and let's go.
What don't you understand about this?
The core concept, Lana!
You will hear us quote that all. If you're there, that's all you'll hear from us is quote.
Can't tattoo a baby!
That's what the tattoo guy said. And then I slipped him an extra $100.
Yeah.
So, any final thoughts for this?
We're awesome. You should come see us at all the conventions we go to.
All right. Well, that'll about do it